In 2100, significant technological advancements are changing the world forever. For example, humans are able to merge with artificial superintelligence. Humans have been able to use AI with technologies such as brain-computer interfaces, nanobots, and virtual assistants for decades. However, biological brains are now 100% compatible with software, which opens up unprecedented possibilities. It's now possible to connect our brains with a superintelligent AI and make ourselves a million times more intelligent. This AI can guide us throughout everyday life and help us to instantly make optimal decisions regardless of the situation. All we have to do is give it our primary life objectives and the objectives we would like to achieve for each type of scenario, and it does the rest. With this technology, we can view practically any situation as an advanced math problem that we can easily solve. We can see 50 or more steps ahead before taking any action. We can multiply our returns in stock and crypto markets by orders of magnitude. We can predict seemingly unpredictable scenarios hours or days before they occur. And we always know the best things to say for every situation. For example, using this technology, a politician could persuade non-enhanced people to do almost anything using only a few sentences. Some people are willing to let these AIs run on autopilot for hours at a time. But currently, this functionality is prohibited for safety reasons. The only bottlenecks for this technology are people's biological brains. Once synthetic brains become more common, the cognitive functions of humans could operate millions of times faster. From the perspective of someone in the early 2000s, this would result in humans being able to make a century of intellectual progress in 1 hour. Number 2, the hive mind and telepathy are becoming mainstream. In 2100, humans are able to connect to a global network where the thoughts of billions of people are made available. There are many names for this concept, including the hive mind, the global mind, and the brainternet. Anytime we want, we can connect to a global network where we can access the thoughts of millions or even billions of people at a time. This concept can help large groups of people achieve time-sensitive objectives with unparalleled unison and cooperation. Companies, nonprofits, and political organizations are exploring the use of this concept to facilitate more organized work. It's even possible to access the memories and emotions of other people in the cloud to experience them anytime you want. However, it's well known that if this hive mind concept becomes overused, it could lead to people losing a sense of independence and free will. Additionally, humans now have the ability to communicate with each other telepathically. This means that we can instantly share our thoughts, imagination, and emotions with people who are granted that information. This can lead to much more personal and honest conversations with loved ones and friends. However, there is the risk of sharing information that is potentially damaging or could lead to theft. Number 3, hyper-personalized virtual realities are being built using brain data. Traditionally, metaverse companies built virtual worlds that appealed to certain demographics and released them to the public. Now, this concept has been taken to another level. It's now possible to use people's brain information to create full-dive virtual realities that are customized to fulfill their every desire. In this reality, all of their wishes and fantasies constantly come to life. Whatever can maximize their feelings of happiness, joy, and pleasure are projected to them non-stop. Users are like kings and queens in their personal realities. All of their opinions and values are constantly praised and validated by characters they interact with, and they can indulge in whatever fantasy they wish without even having to think about what they want. No interest, no matter how weird or niche, is ever denied in these realities, and people are never bored in these realities for a single second. More content is created in these realities than people are able to perceive. Other information such as favorite books, movies, and video games are also inputted into the software, enabling these realities to change their scenery and make them more personalized. Platforms are even being created where people can share their personalized experiences with others. These types of realities are even expected to become primary destinations for people who upload their consciousness to computers when that technology is made available. And this technology will become even more realistic in the far future and could have quantum level of detail. But on the flip side, virtual realities that offer completely opposite experiences are also possible now. These realities are able to constantly manifest people's greatest fears and other negative emotions. Some countries are considering using them as long-term punishment for criminals who commit the most heinous crimes. Number 4. Skills and knowledge can be downloaded to people's brains. In 2060, humans gained the ability to directly connect their brains to the internet using nanobots. This led to tremendous upgrades to memory recall, real-time decision-making, and predictions. Now, because of a vastly greater understanding of the human brain and new capabilities to merge it with software, it's possible to download skills and facts directly into a person's brain. When people download skills, those skills integrate with parts of the brain responsible for motor control. This allows those people to learn self-defense, become an expert in any sport, or be taught to operate any vehicle, all within a matter of seconds. When people download knowledge, that knowledge immediately integrates with parts of the brain responsible for memory and strategic planning. This allows those people to learn topics like computer science, biology, and history without ever picking up a textbook. This development is leading to the end of education in a traditional sense. Why read a book or take a class when you can instantly download that information to your brain? There are even cloud services that allow you to stream skills and knowledge directly from the cloud in real time. This technology can also vastly improve intelligence because it can instantly grant advanced knowledge and skills related to pattern recognition, logic, critical thinking, problem solving, and increased vocabulary. Because of these types of advancements in transhumanism over the last 4 decades, transhumans are thousands of years ahead in intellectual development compared to non-upgraded humans, and natural human thinking now possesses no advantage over computerized minds. A significant segment of the population still refuses to accept this type of technology, and the world appears too fast and strange for them from their increasingly limited perspective. This is creating a major division in society. Number 5. Floating cars and room temperature superconductors are mainstream. By 2100, room temperature superconductors are utilized in numerous industries and have transformed much of the world's infrastructure and road networks. The most noticeable innovation resulting from it is a variety of new hovering and flying vehicles that can glide effortlessly above the ground. In a city of today, it's common to witness floating cars, pods, and other vehicles gliding smoothly through the air. They float over a cushion of magnetism and they're powered by wireless energy transmitted from pads embedded in the ground. Outside a building, it's becoming increasingly common to see a parked car floating stationary in the air. Even the building itself may incorporate structures, signs, or architectural elements that float above the ground. Car accidents are decreasing year after year because floating cars can adjust their altitudes when near pedestrians and simply glide above them. Incidents of roadkill are also being reduced, which used to account for millions of animal deaths per year. Some of the wealthiest and most high-tech districts have already upgraded their entire road networks to cater to levitating vehicles. As more and more routes become available, being able to travel in 3 dimensions rather than 2 enables faster travel times. Room temperature superconductors are transforming numerous other areas. For example, lossless power transmission is now possible, which enables perfect transmission over huge distances. Superconducting wires can capture and store electricity indefinitely, which means battery degradation is no longer a problem. Computers, tablets, and other electronics can be made to run cooler, more efficiently, and with far less energy consumption. Compact nuclear fusion is now emerging, which is especially useful in space travel. High-end portable medical imaging is more efficient and is available in smaller form factors than ever before. And large-scale science facilities, such as particle accelerators, now need less energy and capital cost. Number 6. Memory, thought, and emotion editing is becoming mainstream. It's now possible to edit your memories, thoughts, and emotions using brain-computer interfaces and specialized software. This software is used in specialized medical clinics to prevent misuse. This is helpful for people who relive terrifying experiences and want to get rid of their flashbacks, and for people who repeatedly have thoughts that cause depression and anxiety. By using this technology, those flashbacks and thoughts and the emotions they trigger can be largely gone forever with just a few mouse clicks. It's possible to eliminate addictions forever using this technology. It's also possible to make yourself more motivated to achieve success in any endeavor, and you can eliminate any fear holding you back as well. Even the emotion of happiness can be programmed into someone's mind at reasonable levels. Number 7. Force fields are becoming mainstream. By 2100, a combination of several unique technologies stacked together in layers has led to a radical new form of invisible protective shielding. When activated, it provides an instant, near-impenetrable field that can withstand hits from most types of weaponry. The outer layer consists of a supercharged plasma window shaped into a dome or sphere by electromagnetic fields. This is hot enough to vaporize most incoming metals. A secondary layer underneath contains millions of curved laser beams, producing a high-energy web that captures projectiles fast or powerful enough to bypass the plasma window. A third layer consists of a mesh made from trillions of carbon nanotubes. These 3 layers are able to protect against a majority of bullets, bombs, and projectiles. However, they're almost useless against lasers. A fourth and final layer takes care of this problem. This final layer uses photochromatic particles, which change their properties when exposed to laser light. These particles neutralize most types of energy blasts. In addition to war zones, these multi-layered force fields are used in a variety of other situations. National borders are starting to use this technology in hotspots, and they're more secure as a result. Corporate and luxury venues owned by the rich are increasingly using force fields as protection. A number of satellites are being fitted with this technology to withstand impacts with other objects. Farther in the future, this technology could be used to produce some of the most effective shields and body armor that the world has ever seen. However, there could still be a chance of being injured by shock waves from large projectiles and explosions. Number 8. Femtoengineering is now possible. In 2100, technology on a scale of quadrillionths of a meter has recently emerged. This is 3 orders of magnitude smaller than pico technology and 6 orders of magnitude smaller than nanotechnology. Engineering at this scale involves working directly with the finest known structures of matter, such as quarks and strings, to manipulate the properties of atoms. This development is a further step towards the teleportation of objects visible to the naked eye. Significant breakthroughs in force field generation are already resulting from this technology, and developments regarding anti-gravity might benefit from it as well. Another area that will see major progress is in materials technology. Metals will be produced which are capable of withstanding enormous pressures and heat. For example, we could create probes capable of traveling into the sun and tunneling machines that can penetrate the Earth's crust into the layers of magma beneath. Longer term, this development will pave the way for interstellar ships that can withstand the massive forces involved in light-speed travel. Other more exotic materials are becoming possible, including transparent metals, highly luminous metals, frictionless surfaces, and ultra-dense but extremely lightweight structures. As with many areas of science, femtoengineering is being guided by advanced AIs, which are now trillions upon trillions of times more powerful than human intelligence. Additionally, this technology will enable self-replicating nanobots to replace any type of matter imaginable, including biological organisms, and spread throughout any area relatively quickly. This is an effective way to infuse any environment with computronium, which is a form of programmable matter that can perform computation that users can wirelessly control. Number 9. Personal health pods are commonplace for the upper class. In 2100, many functions previously performed in clinical settings can be automated and supplied to patients in their homes. Full body scanners that can provide a wide range of diagnoses and treatments are now a common household appliance for wealthy individuals. These devices are also available in medical clinics where most people are able to pay to use them. Personal health pods come in a variety of form factors, but typically consist of a cylindrical capsule about 6.5 feet in size. The user either stands or lies down for the procedure, which takes a matter of seconds. Cameras with sub-nanometer precision obtain images at trillions of frames per second, panning from head to toe while tracking and adjusting for even the slightest movement. Every region of the body undergoes real-time 3D analysis. Each region is pinged for any high-risk changes or abnormalities since the previous scan to determine spots that need further attention. A summary is then provided to the user, ranked in order of severity. For simple health problems, this machine can recommend a drug or other medication for issues that require surgery. Treatment can be provided by robotic arms, robotic tools, lasers, or nanobots. Nanobots can be injected and then guided with a combination of magnets and their own tiny motors. For a transhuman individual who may already have extensive implants and upgrades, many of these remedies may be unnecessary. For the most part, treatment of illnesses that were once life-threatening is now relatively routine. In later decades, a further adoption of these health pods, along with new advances in science, could lead to cancer deaths being largely eliminated in most countries. Number 10. Large-scale oncologies are emerging as an alternative to traditional cities. By 2100, environmental issues and resource depletion has forced humanity to drastically readdress the way urban areas are designed, and cities have already become increasingly dense and self-contained in Northern Europe, Russia, Canada, and Western Antarctica. As a result, arcologies have begun to emerge. Each of these arcologies can condense an entire city into one massive structure. These towers are some of the largest structures ever built. They can cover a few miles in girth and are typically 1 mile in height. This scale of engineering has been made possible with the use of carbon nanotubes that can cope with the massive forces involved. The sheer size and strength of arcologies makes them virtually immune to earthquakes, hurricanes, and other disasters. Each of these self-contained structures holds everything it needs for human survival. Automation is ubiquitous in these structures, with intelligent robots managing almost all construction and maintenance, and energy is provided by solar panels embedded on their exteriors, along with wind turbines surrounding the structures. Highly efficient transport systems are located throughout these structures to move travelers horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. And this kind of hyperdense urban environment allows movement around a city at speeds unheard of in previous centuries. Thanks for watching. Make sure to watch this next video about future technologies in the year 2200.